Hello everyone, back again. I'm just trying to go over some things that I've had in my head. I've been reviewing Stanley Meyer's patents recently, and I'm just going to bring some of his two-dimensional world into a three-dimensional light. He shows a lot of his designs coupled to a Y-phase modified rewound alternator. It's something that he shows in his patents coupled to resonant charging chokes and blocking diodes, but I'm just going to go over very briefly something I believe that he had in his water fuel cell vehicle, which was the resonant charging chokes. They look like they could have been arranged in a pattern like this, something you would have found in this car itself. You see here I'm trying to represent the positive incoming side of the bifilar coil as the red winding. The collapsing magnetic field is the blue winding. With these coils, if you send a unidirectional DC pulse in and shut off the circuit, it will bind a magnetic field within the coils themselves, shove out another positive pulse after it's been blocked, and it goes back into the circuit. Now I'm just trying to go over this and bring this to everyone's attention and just try to reinforce the fact that these are necessary in the circuits and they're missing. If you're building a water fuel cell booster, okay, I understand. You don't need this in the circuit, but this is something that was brought about in Stanley Meyer's designs. This is Tesla's technology. He had used this. This is something that's proven. The binding magnetic fields, the way they eliminate each other when they hit, is something very interesting. It has some like amperage reducing characteristics also. Here you can see I'm trying to represent the actual on and off cycle and what's taking place on the coils themselves. And this all translates as like double work. Send one pulse in, get two pulses out, reduce amperage, and these are things that are necessary in the designs. You know, this isn't something you can overlook. The modified Y-phase alternator, the resonant charging chokes, and the blocking. Another thing to consider in Stanley Meyer's patents is the crossover voltage sync pulse. It's something that's very unique. You cannot find this in any electronics books, any electrical theory manuals, or any type of motor rewinding repair books. This is something that's unique to Stanley Meyer's design and maybe Tesla's field. I don't know, but this is what it would look like coming down the actual stainless steel tubes. It's some type of longitudinal waveguide antenna theory. The way the step charging effect takes place and the way everything would actually be perceived in the water bath. A single pulse coming down the stainless steel tube is an ever-growing field. It has this. It carries a magnetic property that no other pulsing circuit could probably carry. I mean, it's taking the tearing winding field of the mechanical the rotor of the Y-phase alternator and translating that into the water bath. I mean, this would be multiple pulses of the tidal wave step charging effect that he mentions in his patents as the resonant cavity voltage waveguide. But this would be it. I mean, you could see right here, this is the step charging effect. The crossover voltage sync is something that's very unique to his design. And here I'm going to show that this would be a singular unidirectional DC pulse from a 0 to 12 volt range. You don't carry the magnetism that's on the other side of the tube. It's missing. It's not there. It will generate probably HHO, but it's not what was in the initial final design of Stanley Meyer's. And I'm just trying to go over this, that the pulse width modulation is not what we're looking for, and we should pursue the Y-phase alternator hooked to the resonant charging chokes. And just going over this concept visually, like I said, bringing a two-dimensional world to a three-dimensional light, and that's what I'm trying to do for everyone. I appreciate everyone watching my videos, and thanks again for watching. This is Sir Hoax signing out.